Okay, today I've got something a bit different, and it's one of these insect zapper things. And I have had a look inside one of these a long time ago, and I can't actually remember what's in them. I can't remember if there was any exciting sort of high voltage transformer or anything for the bits with that zap the insect. I get a feeling it is a bit higher voltage than just 240 volts or something. But I can't remember, so I thought, oh, well, it was only $5 and unknown condition. So I thought, oh, what the hell, I'll buy it and find out, I guess. So it looks like it's got torque screws in it. I guess it won't be that size by any chance, will it? Nope. Oh, here we go. It's still too big, I think. No, that's the one. I actually did plug this in and it doesn't do anything. No light. And looking at the light globe, I'll be surprised if it does run, but I'd say the light globe's probably blown. It may actually be that the high voltage or whatever is up, and I just don't know it because the light doesn't come on. But I thought, for the hell of it, I'll look inside. It might be complete rubbish, but at least I'll know. But it's possible they did have some sort of like a neon transformer or something a bit higher voltage to give that satisfying splat when the insect hits the thing. And I think there was kind of purpley infrared kind of light. Oh my god. Now that is some impressive cobwebs. I hope whatever made that isn't still in there. Plus it does have a, oh, what is that, a motor or a transformer or what? I don't even want to touch that, mainly because it's dirty as. But I guess if you're going to be a spider and you want to hang out somewhere, this would be the place to hang out. Actually makes a lot of spider sense to do that, because this thing is going to be attracting all the insects, and if you're lucky you might get one before the device gets it, and if you're unlucky you'll go crawling in there trying to get one and end up a victim of the device as well. So we've got a fluorescent, yeah, this is definitely high voltage transformer. I mean, look at it, it's got a primary winding by the look of it and a sealed up secondary is my guess. Let's see, where do these wires go? Oh yeah, we've got some sort of silicon wiring. I assume that goes to the, yeah, looks like they go to the two grids or grates or whatever, metal bits of mesh. And of course the lamp needs a fluorescent type ballast by the look of it. I'm going to take that out and clean it, that is disgusting. Okay, got the dust off it and I've removed the plastic cage, and the first thing I noticed is this wire here looks rather burnt, to say the least. So I think that's going to need some repairs, assuming the transformer hasn't died or something anyway. How's that joint on there? I think it's good. It seems to have a little, yeah, it's got a little crimp connector, I think. And the other one actually doesn't look too much better. So we kind of want to make sure there's no cooked wires getting close to the metal, the steelwork here, but that might just be the heat's got to it from the lamp, I don't know, but yeah, I think it's a bit worse than that. And this lamp's as black as in places, so I'm pretty sure the lamp's shot anyway. Be interesting to find out what they are. And I did notice there's a label here that tells us something about it. Do not touch electrified grid. That's what I was going to say. See what it says, 6,000 volts high, voltage shock hazard. So it's about 6 kV by the look of it. Remove insect debris frequency. Do not put objects in grids. 40 watts. Disconnect before replacing lamp. Manufactured by Gelman Sciences. Catalogue 71365. 87 Sirius Road, Lane Cove, Sydney. Phone number, telex number. Sounds pretty old then. Maybe Melbourne, Adelaide, Brisbane, Perth, Auckland. Electrical approval. So we've basically got two separate circuits here, one for the lamp and one for the transformer. So the transformer goes to neutral, one pin of the lamp goes to neutral, and then we've got the active into the ballast, active into the other high voltage transformer, So I can actually disconnect that. Might just have a look, see if we've actually still got a primary intact just on the... Well, to be fair, the ballast is probably open circuit anyway. I'm thinking the ballast will be across it, but the ballast is in series with the lamp, so with an open circuit starter and an open circuit lamp, which a lamp is until it conducts, we should... So that sounds like it's good. I guess the other thing to check is across the secondary, just make sure there is still a winding there. I guess we can hook up the high voltage probe if this thing looks like it's a goer. Yeah, it doesn't unscrew it. I thought if nothing else, it's worth $5 for the cool transformer. Uh-oh. Please tell me it's still there. 27 k ohms. I wonder if it's that high. It could be. I mean, it is a high voltage transformer, but that's a hell of a lot of wire. Surely, I don't think it could have a winding that. Oh well, there's only one way to find out, I guess. Although, which side it's not doesn't really have an earth side, does it? That seems a bit on the high side. And I'm assuming this thing got chucked out for more than just a lamp being failed, but you never know. I mean, either way, if one half doesn't work, it's not much use. High voltage with no lamp is no good, and a lamp with no high voltage is no good. But I was just thinking of these, they probably only really kill stuff. I don't know if they kill stuff during the day or just at night. It'd be good if they took out blowflies and European wasps and stuff. But does this just I should just unplug? Yeah, it does. I'd like to know what sort of actual tube this is. The filth on it's not real good. Might be worth a quick clean up just to see how bad it really is under all the dirt. This one seems to have been outside somewhere, very dirty and dusty. Disgusting. Why do I always get dirty stuff? Now that tube looks a bit like it might have had a burnt. I thought it had burnt through for a minute, but I mean, look at look what's been going on inside there. It doesn't look like it's real healthy, does it? But whether that's something fatal to the tube or not, I would say there's a fair chance looking at all that black stuff, but who knows? Might just be a faulty starter. But either way, this tube is going to be pretty low output, I would think. Even if it does manage to strike up an arc. I mean, that's actually just where the phosphor's fallen off, I think, so it's probably more ultraviolet than it should be. So I guess we could disconnect the transformer and hook see if we can get the lamp fired up. I was going to look, does it say anything what sort of lamp this is? So all I was going to look at is no ratings, whatever, it was probably printed on the glass like a lot of them are, and it's long since gone. But I definitely don't want to risk firing up this HV transformer with these bits of bare metal out in the open. That could get rather dangerous. Now I've got to be careful too, because if the active comes in there, then this is going to be live. Just because the voltage is going through a coil basically. And I doubt we're going to get much action, because I'd say that tube is shot, but so let's see, we've got 232 volts, probably because I've got the load and stuff on the circuit at the moment, but that is running a bit low. So the light isn't doing a single thing. I guess we can check the starter. Just check that we've got circuit from, well, that should go through the yep, ballast is at least intact. There's another pin on the light. So I guess it's, yeah, of course it's a folded over fluorescent tube, so it just has 4 connections, 2 pins each side, and 2 of them would come back and go through the starter basically. So I don't think the starter will be faulty. That lamp looks pretty shot. 4 to 80 watt starter, I should have one somewhere. Let's plug that in. Doubt we're going to see any difference. No, lamp's shot, I think. And the only other thing I can do is hook that back up to there. God, these whole things are pretty bad. Dirty. Dirty bastards. Definitely don't want to do it because that will arc. I don't think it matters really, does it? I'll put the high voltage probe across it. I can't find the fucking. Where is the fucker? Oh god, don't tell me that. Where is the high voltage? I put them somewhere. Oh fuck, what did I do then? I dug all that shit out. Dug all that crap out, cleaned everything up, had 2 high voltage probes. I don't think they'd fit in the drawer, so I put them somewhere. Now where the fuck did I put them? God, I wish my fucking brain would work. Oh, fucking bastard. Oh, there's one. They're right on there, those fucking dogs. Yeah, I don't like that at all. It should be isolated from that, but is it? This is the big fucking question. Oh! So can we just earth that fucking thing? I've never thought about this before. Shit. Okay, well it's buzzing. Makes me think it's running. Do I put a bit of wet paper or something, a leaf on it? Probably shouldn't really put a eucalyptus leaf on there since they're highly flammable, but... Oh yeah, she's cooking. That's a bit of fun, isn't it? So if that was an insect, or a leaf insect... Oh, look at that, awesome. Well, that's pretty cool stuff. And the workshop's full of smoke. Rather nice smelling smoke though. I've unplugged it of course before I touch that leaf because that'll conduct electricity. Oh, so that's cool. Well, that's one way to test it. But there you go, that's a simple way of testing whether the cooker's working. So I might look up and see if I can find out what the story is with these lamps and whether I can find one at a reasonable price. But this thing looks like it actually works, so I've got a cool high voltage transformer if nothing else. Though other than frying insects, I'm not sure what I could use it for. But man, this thing is in terrible condition, needs a good clean, although I think maybe it's got some sort of coating on it. Is that just filth? Maybe that's just burnt insect mess. I'm pretty sure it should just be bare metal. Yeah, I think it's just got a big black coating of muck on it, but anyway. At least I know that part works. I'll see what I can find out with the lamp. And I'll see if I can find out what can you do with a 6,000 volt transformer. Okay, so I've looked up these tubes. And yeah, ones with those 4 pins like that, I forget what whatever they're called, only available in America, and they're made for 120 volts that I could find anyway. And you can get one with like the 4 pins in a row. I think there's something in line T10s, or these the T10, I forget what they were now. I think these were meant to be a 40 watt or so. These might have been a 40 watt T10 or something with the 4 pin connector. And then there's some other one which has got something in line pins, which I can get for about $30 locally. So the right voltage, and looks like it's basically the same form as this. I didn't actually check the measurements, but just looking at the picture it looked about the same, but I should probably check that. So what I might do is see if I can find an old light fitting somewhere with one of the sockets for the newer types, and then I'll just remove this socket, cut a bigger hole in the metal, and put one of those sockets in so I can fit one of the newer type light globes, because it doesn't look like they make them in 240 volt versions anymore. And I'm not even that fussed about getting this thing going, but just as an idea, I'll see if I can find one of those fittings cheap somewhere. I'm sure I saw at one of the tip shops they had some fluorescent light fittings with this type of, one of these type, but I think it was the inline ones. It could have been these 4 pin ones. Some old fitting, so I can get one for a few dollars, because the only ones I could find again were for sale in America for like $20 plus 30 postage or something ridiculous. So I definitely won't be worrying about that. And yeah, at least we know the high voltage section is working. I guess the other thing is to find out, could that high voltage transformer be good for something else? But for the time being, I think I'll just put this back together and see if I can find another lamp fitting. Then it might be worth getting another light globe. And I could just about throw that one in the bin already, but I'll leave it in there for now. So I'll see what happens with that. Thanks for watching.